Don't sniff in the background. What's up with the YouTube? This is TK with Cuts by Kelly. I cut my son's hair with these clippers. Yes, that's what I did. Well, let me say this. I cut his hair down with the cordless masters and they were going dead. So instead of me waiting on them to charge, I just started cutting his hair with these clippers. So that's what you're about to see. But make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit the notification bell as well. Yeah, just come on the winning team. Like I said, these are the Shinon trimmers that I got off of Amazon for like 30 buckaroos. These are my Slimline Pros, and I think they're about 60. And this is just an aluminum comb. What happened was, to give you a little more detail of this haircut as well, I started to do the design with this and it wasn't cutting that good with the design. And it kind of messed up the design. So I had to kind of use these to try to fix that mess up. But anyway, you'll see the haircut. Just tell me if you like it. If you like it, give it a like. Please do that. Make sure you subscribe. So just enjoy the video. Hold up 1 second. I mean, if you like this video, please like and share it. Maybe we can make this a challenge just to see who all can do this. I think that'll be cool. So let's just try to share this, see how far it will go. Yeah, you can go to the next. So the first thing we're gonna do is outline this design. Like always, I usually do a quick little outline just so I can know where I'm going to fade at. But but in this case, I was using my Shinon clippers and it wasn't really working as good on this thick hair. So I had to use my Slimline Pros. Now the Shinon ones work pretty good when I'm doing lineups, but sometimes when I'm dealing with thick hair, it gives me problems. So if it would have a little more power, those clippers would be pretty good. So now we're about to start doing a fade. I'm going to fade them up real high on this one. And it's really because I just wanted to fade around that design. And like I said, I'm going to do all my fade work with my trimmers. And essentially it's pretty much the same as if I was using clippers. I'm just going to use my comb as the guard. And I'm going to knock out the weight. See right there, I'm using the thick side of the comb. And that's pretty much like, it's like equivalent to a 1/16 all the way open. So I'm gonna knock out the weight with that and get it down to a length that I want, and then I'm gonna fade into that. So now that I pretty much got it down to a manageable length, you can see I'm using the small side of the comb now, and that would be like the 1/16 close. And here I go fading into it. I'm using the corner of my liner clippers, obviously, because it's just like I said with any other fade, you want to use your corners because you just want to take off just enough hair. But with these clippers here, it's real important that I use my corners because otherwise it's just going to be bald. So I really have to be mindful of how much of the blade touches the head, because I can really just mess his hair up. I'm doing this fade like this, and I'm not really doing it to the point. Well, I'm not doing this for like anyone who's new in the game and just starting to cut hair. I understand this would be too much because I know me at the beginning just thinking about doing something like this. I'm like, man, it's almost impossible. But you know, the more you cut, like I said, the better you get. And one thing I can challenge you to is if you can see the hair that's coming off of his head while I'm using my clippers, that's just showing how your eyes are developing. Because at the beginning stage, while I'm doing this, some people might say, man, he's not even cutting nothing off. But as this fade progresses, you can see that something is coming off because it's starting to fade out. But for the newcomers and you who are new to fading, if you can see the hair coming off, that's progress in itself, because your eyes have to see what you want before you can get it, if that's understandable. So something I mentioned earlier was that when I was using the black and gold trimmers, they wasn't sharp enough, so I moved my hand, and then it got the design a little off. So that's why I just put them down and start using my Andis, because I know they were sharp enough and I wouldn't have to go over the area a lot just to get that sharp look. So as I go on into this haircut, I'm gonna put some more lines on the side to try to throw off or trick the eye in a sense. It won't look as off, and when it does, if you do see it's a little off, it makes it look like it was supposed to be off in a sense. So that's why I threw the lines in and I faded it the way I did, because I wasn't trying to just leave it the way it was, a little off. So on this side, I'm doing the same thing. You can see I'm using a corner of my clipper to just thin out the hair, to fade it into what I knocked out. And I guess techniques for cutting with clip over comb, and it's really just imagine that the comb is like your guard. Like I said, yeah, combs are different though. You have a different thickness for each comb. Like this is an aluminum comb, so it's a little more thick at this part, the top part of it. So like I said, it's when I use this, it's pretty much equivalent to a 1/16 open. If anything, it's a little bit shorter than that, but it's close to it. And when I use this side of the comb, the opposite side is like a 1/16 close. So that's the most important thing. When you're using your combs, they have different thicknesses. So once you start understanding the thickness of your comb, then you'll feel more confident on where you can use your comb at when you're doing clip over comb, because you're going to achieve the same look as when you use a guard. So you see I'm going with the grain right now, and like I said before, the level is pretty much the same. I'm just going with the grain. So it's like a 1/16 open with the grain. And like I said before, the more you cut and the more you understand your clippers and your combs, then you'll be able to do the same thing. Another thing is, some people might be saying, why would I want to know how to do this? I mean, it's not a necessity that you know how to do this. It's just something, that you might just want to do. You want to try your hand at. Test your skills. Just see what can you do. It's not about do you need to do it. It's like just if you can do it. It would be rare when you're in a case where you would need to cut with your lining clippers or your trimmers. So 9 times out of 10, you won't need to know how to do this. But like I said, it's just something like a challenge just to see if you can, and just to try it, just to have fun and then enjoy your craft. So here's where I'm doing my lines and just trying to, like I said, cover up the mess up that I had. And if you don't see the mess up, great. If you do see the mess up, hopefully this would trick your eye not to see it. But I don't want to say the mess up is real big, but it's big to me. As a barber and when you're cutting for a while, you understand that, possibly 1 million people can see this. And not just on YouTube, but just people walking around. So it's actually my work, and I want it to look as perfect as possible, because every haircut is a potential new client or a new client. So when you have that understanding, then you're like, well, I need to put out my best work each time I cut, because this can make my life easier as far as me bringing in a little more money, and it also can just open up more opportunities for me. So once you really understand that and take that serious, then you'll take your haircuts more serious, and in turn, it would be good for you. But I think that's also something just to understand, because as a beginner barber myself, I didn't really take this craft as serious, and I was expecting a serious result from it, but I wasn't given that same input. So now my thought process has changed on it. Now I'm taking it way more serious, and I'm actually seeing that type of reaction from my clients. Also, just what barbering has done for me. Basically, everything has like elevated because I elevated my thinking. So you see that these black and gold clippers are actually lining pretty good. And like I said, I used them to line a few people up, and they work pretty good on that. But it just seems like they have trouble when you get to thicker hair. So that's where I have to use another clipper. But I'm going to use them for this part. You see I'm balding this hair out, and then I'm also going to use them to fade. And I have to do a more in-depth review on these clippers, because I know I did my review when I first got them, and I just wanted to do another review since I've been using them and having them, and give a more in-depth assessment of the clipper. So just be looking out for that video as well. So I'm using the small side of my comb right now, and just knocking out some more weight. Like I said, that's almost equivalent to a 1/16 close. And I'm just knocking out the weight, thinning out the hair, so I can get ready to fade into that. And that part is real important. Whether you're using trimmers or not, just getting the hair out the way, balding it out, or not balding it out, knocking out the bulk is real important, because once you do that, you just have to fade into that hair, and it's gonna be way easier fading into with the hair that you thinned out versus trying to fade into the real dark spots. So that's an important part of fading. I'm saying that so as you're fading, you don't just focus on the fading steps, that you focus on the debulking process as well, because it can make a fade easy, or it can make it hard if you don't knock out the hair like you need to. So if you are still watching this video, awesome. Just make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this channel, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Yeah, if you're still here, I really appreciate you watching my content, and I hope that you're learning something, and also that you would do this challenge if you feel up to it. So yeah, like I said, I appreciate all you who are watching it right now. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Yeah, and make sure you hit the notification bell. So like any other haircut, right now I'm just like in my cleanup process. I'm going around this fade and looking at any spots that I can get out, and that's what I'm working on. I'm just trying to get those spots out just to make the blend look even more seamless. So here I am on the last side, and I got this going real fast because we've seen the fade on the other side and in the back. So yeah, we're gonna go through this real fast, but some things I just wanted to point out, like I said before, as you're fading, you wanna make sure you knock out the weight real good before you go into your fade, just so it can be easier to fade into. So just keep that in mind, because I'm just speaking for those who are beginner barbers. Like myself, when I first started, that was my issue. I start fading, and I'm always seeing dark spots here and there, and the problem was I wasn't really debulking like I should. So we're at the end of this video. You can see the fade looks pretty good to me, especially to say I'm using trimmers to do it. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and to be updated on all the videos that I come up with. This is TK with Cuts by Kelly, and I appreciate you.